sorry.
All right, great. And can I share my screen, please?
Yes, sir, sure.
Okay, just
I can see it. Yes. By the way, before I move into the screen, let me quickly give my appreciation for this wonderful work and which you all have done, and it's really been a great job, and there is really no word to appreciate more than this, and yeah, it's really great. So let's begin. It's not a kind of a teaching lesson, but I'm just going to give you things that I feel it's useful. Okay, it is not that vital, but it's useful. And I have picked these things from my experience of teaching English through for a period of 15 years. So I think it would definitely work for those who really want to improve their English. And first of all, we all should understand that we have already kind of spent a lot of time, more than 3 decades, learning English. Okay, and it is not at all a loss to spend a little more time, right? So don't be hurried to pick up English quickly. So it doesn't happen. Many people think, okay, now I know a lot of techniques and tomorrow I'm going to talk. I'm going to speak English fluently. It's not going to work. So please relax and think of what you are doing and how you are to do it. Okay, so having said that small tip, let's move on to the topic. I didn't prepare a presentation on overall English, but for spoken English. Okay, if I wanted to talk on overall English, that takes a lot of time and that cannot be done within 20 minutes. So I'm hoping to do this presentation. I'm hoping to finish this presentation within 15 minutes. And then we'll have a Q&A session for 5 minutes. So within 20 minutes, we could wind this session up, we could wind this lesson up, and we'll see how we can move on it. All right. So what are the barriers to learn English is my first question, which we all have. And as far as I have observed, I took the first one is listening. We are oblivious to know the importance of listening or the way of effective listening. So we have kind of oblivious situation that we don't really understand. We don't really see how we should do that. And I'm going to give some tips on how we can do that. And the second one is inadequate vocabulary. So we don't have much vocabulary, and we have to improve our vocabulary, and there are some ways to improve our vocabulary. I think you can mute everyone, disabling them to unmute. Okay, I can do that since I'm right, it's done. Sorry, now only hosts can unmute. All right, I hope so. Okay, fine. And the second point is inadequate vocabulary. So we don't have much vocabulary and we are stuck with the vocabulary when we are to talk. And the other one is out of practice. So we don't practice, and we do practice, but we don't know how to practice. And the fourth one, and which is really important one, is lack of confidence, and we aren't confident about speaking English. And I'm going to give you some tips on how we can do it. So first one is listening. So there are some important tips. There are some important things that we should follow when we listen to learn English. Okay. We should listen but not hear. Most of us, we hear. In name of listening, in name of learning English, we play some news or some dialogues or some radio channels, and we don't properly pay attention to the news or the speech. We only are hearing it but not listening it. That isn't a good way of learning English. The second one is allocate an hour on a regular basis. It's maximum. You don't have to spend more than an hour on a regular basis, be it a 10-minute time that you allocate for learning English, but on a regular basis. Okay, so you decide regularly from this time to this time, you are going to listen and learn English. Start listening to audios made for learning English. Okay, many of us, we do make this mistake that we take some movies and some other debates and some quick-paced talkings from native speakers and try to learn from it. That won't work unless you are already good at English. So to improve your first step, it is always better to find out audios that are made for learning English. Start from that, and you can progress through songs, debates, documentaries, and other audios. That's really very important. And afterwards, you can listen to leaders' speech. Leaders in the sense presidents or prime ministers of countries that are speaking English. Okay, for example, you can listen to Barack Obama, or you can listen to Donald Trump, or the Prime Minister of UK, and the Prime Minister of Australia, Canada, so on and so forth. So they won't speak with grammatical mistakes. So their English should be well polished. Okay, so that's one thing. And inadequate vocabulary, this is really very important, where we naturally get stuck at. So improve your vocabulary through reading and listening. Many of us, what we do is we take a newspaper or a book and we pick up words from that and we write down our mother tongue, meaning in our mother tongue. We write down the meaning of the word in our mother tongue and memorize it. That doesn't really work well at all, I would say, at all. So what you should do is take the sentence all in context. Improve your vocabulary in context. Okay, if you don't take a word in context, you would definitely mistake the meaning. Example is here. So if you take my little example, they can cry. So this is one example. They can cry. And the other one is they can fruit. They can fruit. So can someone, shall we let people to unmute and talk? I feel a bit uncomfortable to talk alone all the time. Since being a teacher, we have to hear and talk, don't we? So can someone tell me? Yeah.
Yes, I can tell you.
Yeah. What do you think about the sentences?
Okay. They can try. Okay. Someone can try. That is the first sentence. And second sentence is they can fruit. And really speaking, truly speaking, I don't understand, and I'm not getting actually the meaning of fruit here. They can fruit.
Fruits we eat.
They can fruit. Okay.
Yeah, fruits.
Fruit means eating.
Eating fruit, yeah, fruits that we eat. Banana, apple, orange.
Okay. they can fruit. So we can say this, that they can fruit.
Yeah.
Apart from they can eat fruit or they can have fruit.
No. This is like they pack fruit in a tin. They can fruit. It's canned fruit. So they are packing fruit in a tin, in a can.
Okay.
Okay, so their job, there are some people who work in a company which packs, which cans fruit. So those people, their job is to can fruit. So here, both these words are verbs. The can in the first sentence and the can in the second sentence are verbs. There is no difference. But yet they differ in meaning, in context. Okay, so what I'm trying to say here is when you learn some vocabulary from an article or a newspaper or a book, try to get it in context and remember the sentence but not the word. The sentence but not the word. So I want to type it sentence but not the words. Okay, this is really very important. This is really very important. So always try to remember the sentence. Then that will definitely help improving your English language. So here, this is can and this is can too. And both are verbs. This is giving a different meaning than the other one. So it is always better to
that means that we have to pick, we should not pick a single word. Is our vocabulary. We have to put a sentence and the use of the word in this sentence. It is very important.
Great. Absolutely. That's exactly what I mean. So don't pick up a word out of context and give the meaning. And it is also better not to give the meaning, not to learn words in your mother tongue, whichever the language we speak is different, but never write down the meaning in a mother tongue. Try to write something in English as you understand, as it would be easy for you to understand in your future review. Okay, hope it's clear. And let's move on. Yeah, if you have any questions, we can still ask in our next in our Q&A session. And use a bilingual dictionary. This is really very important. I hope many of us have bilingual dictionary. And personally, I believe unless you are a student of translation studies, if you are learning to do some translation, never even touch bilingual dictionaries. Okay, that isn't in use at all for people who want to study English. Even if you are a translation student, refer that dictionary only for translation purpose, but never for learning English. Okay, so to be cut and right, to be short, to be clear to the point, don't use bilingual dictionary. Okay, always use English to English to English, or monolingual dictionary. And the best one is Oxford, because that's cost effective. It doesn't cost much like Cambridge and other dictionaries. And also it is easy to buy and easy. The English is easy. The English examples used in the dictionary is easy. So it's always better to go for Oxford, unlike the other ones. And maintain a vocab dictionary. That's also a good thing. If you are doing some special learning, or if you are learning for your higher studies, for example, if you are a graduate student of law, then you need to learn a lot of legal words. So in that case, it is better for you to maintain a vocab dictionary and follow it. So there are some certain patterns on how you can build up your dictionaries. And always don't forget, never forget to write down the class of the word, which class does the word belong to, and its pronunciation and its word tree. Okay, these things probably we will discuss in future lessons, and there are many great teachers in here. They could also